I don't create the kind of content that attracts the masses. My content is more specific to network marketers. And even though I feel like it's great for that purpose, it's not going to attract 97% of the population, where Julie has tapped into that 97%. She's got a couple different niches that she's tapped into, and it's working really well for her and her team. She's got people on her team that are building personal brands and have their own communities and their own kind of niche that they're tapping into. So she knows her stuff. She's having personal success. Her team is crushing. And she's also just very knowledgeable when it comes to the network marketing and social marketing, social media sphere. So I think this is what all of us want to know, right? How do we get attention? How do we stand out? How do we, get people to pay attention to our stuff? All right, Julie, let's get into it. Let's talk about first, what is the thing that's working best for you? Is it TikTok? Is it short form video in general? Let's talk about that.
TikTok is definitely the place to go the most viral. It's really hard to convert leads though into sales, into team builders, all of that, right? Because it's not really as social. You don't build that like, know, and trust factor. Right. And with everything that's going on with TikTok right now, it's probably best to get them off of that platform and onto your IG or onto your Facebook. Or for me, what I did is I just started last week a Facebook group.
And it's different than an ATM group, right? It's for the purpose.
Totally different.
Right. It's for the purpose of like building up your, influence and really helping people, not necessarily like a pitch group, right? Where like ATM is more of like, hey, we're adding you to this group. So yeah, exactly. So
what my assistant does is she's taking my TikTok videos that do really, really well, and she's repurposing them over onto Instagram because it's a proven concept, right? So one of the things that I've noticed over on TikTok is when I tell people, first of all, I want to when you want to create massive success in your business, what you want to do is you want to really work on your hooks, right? Because short form video is everything. Yeah. And so I personally have found a hook that every time I do this hook, my video gets tens, thousands of views, right? Wow. So I rinse and repeat the same hook. So that's tip number one for you guys. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. And
how long did it take you to figure that out though? Because some people get stressed about that because they don't know what should my niche or my brand be? And, a lot of these people are not like you and me where they don't have like big businesses. They're kind of getting started. Like, what would you tell that person? Like, should they test something out for like 2 weeks? And if it's not working, test something. Like, what's your kind of like philosophy there?
So my philosophy is when it comes to your niche, if John were to bring you up here on camera right now, and I'm going to pick one person in the audience right here, and you've got 10 minutes to come and speak with us. What is something that you want to go and talk to your audience, talk to us about, that you feel confident enough to share a little bit of information? And when you have that feeling of like, oh, that kind of excites me, typically that's your niche, right? So you want to make sure that you can provide value to your audience, that it excites you, and that how can you tie it into your business as well at the same time? Right. Don't overcomplicate it. Like John said, give it a few weeks, see if it resonates with your audience, see if it resonates with you. It feels good. You want to continue to move on and produce more content, or see if you want to scrap it all together. The beauty is if you don't have influence already, you can try different things and nobody cares because you don't have an audience yet to really care.
Julie obviously figured out like, this is the direction I want to go in, and it started popping off. But I don't think I heard you say it. How long did it take you to figure that out? Was it like a couple months? Like, how did you kind of figure it out for you?
So it came in a couple of months, right? So it's very interesting. What I have found is women want to be successful, but they have mental, they get in their own way, just like you were saying, right? They have a confidence issue. Their anxiety gets too much. Their mental health gets in the way. They're just like overwhelmed.
Mom guilt, maybe. Yeah.
Totally.
Right.
Or they get anxious doing the videos or whatever it may be. So when I started to show up over on TikTok, guys, I used to be a therapist. I can help them. I can help you with that, right? And so it took me a little bit of time, but my audience started saying, wow, I like this. And it started to grow. And then I was like, ooh, okay. I did a check-in with myself and said, this feels good. I really like this too, right? Because that's really important. Otherwise, you're going to have burnout.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I like this too. And so I started to then create more and more content around that. So it took a few months because if you go back to my earlier TikToks, I was all over the place. I was doing the dancing and I was doing the trends and whatnot, but it didn't feel genuine and authentic to me. And
Right.
that's where it's really, really important that
Yeah.
you do these gut checks because you're in it for the long haul.
Can you give
Right?
me an example of a hook? Like what are one of your hooks that works well?
Well, first of all, go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT can help you, right? Type in like, what are 10 hooks for a TikTok video or short form video? That's going to help you. But this hook for me, I noticed that I had a video that had 7 million views from this hook. And then I was like, okay, let me try it again. And it, again, hundreds and thousands of views, millions of views. So my hook is, I'm not sure why nobody talks about this when you're feeling anxious or you're having a panic attack, but it's going to help you significantly. Maybe because it's just too easy.
Mm.
Every time I do that hook, right? I rinse and repeat, whether it's on Instagram or it's on Facebook, my reels get thousands of views.
What's so exciting about this, it might take you, like you said, months, but once you figure it out, it's like the cheat code, right? Once you figure out the cheat code, you, like you said, you just, and people will say this though, this is actually interesting because I love it. But then on the flip side, people are like, yeah, but so you're just saying the same things over and over again?
No, I'm saying the same hook over and over
Boom,
again.
exactly.
I'm saying the same hook, different content. So what I have found personally is I do hook, why it works, like and follow, and then the actual tip, because you want them to get the longevity. Like you get more views the longer the viewer watches your video. So
Right.
if you can catch them in the hook, tell them why it works, go for the like and follow, and then go for the actual tip. It has been a genius move for me.
How long are your videos typically?
TikTok likes longer videos. So my
Interesting.
videos are about a minute and a half, and those are probably even short for TikTok purposes.
Right.
But if you're in the creator fund where they pay you, they have to be over a minute. So I do go over a minute.
Oh, really? They have to be over a minute to get paid. I never knew that. Wow.
Yeah.
Like you said, then you can build this kind of like know, like trust following. Then you get them to follow you on Insta, join in a Facebook group. You can ATM them. I mean, a lot of my best recruits, a lot of my customers over the years, it came from those short form videos. You know, they came from live videos. They came from the brand I built. It wasn't me having to go find people. Now, listen, if you're doing both, if you're reaching out and attracting people, I mean, obviously you're going to be that much more profitable. But once you crack this code and you kind of figure out like, you know, it's funny too. People are like, well, who am I trying to attract? And it's like,
who were you 2 years ago? That's
right.
Who you're trying to attract.
I know some of us are going to go, oh, they're going to beat themselves up. Go, well, I'm not, you know, I don't have that kind of background. I don't have this. I don't have that. You know, listen, if you feel like you don't have an expertise, you're not an authority in anything, what are you learning? Some of the best advice I got was from Ray Higdon back in like 2015, ILT, Invest, Learn, Teach. So what are you investing your time and money into learning? Turn around and teach the things you're learning because you're kind of taking people on the journey with you. It's why the people that have the most success selling weight loss are the people that are promoting the weight loss right from the beginning. And they kind of take you on that journey of their struggles and you're watching them transform right before your eyes. It's hard to deny the fact that that's an effective way to attract people. Sometimes Julie and I probably intimidate people, regular people, because they go, I wish I could do what you do, but I can't. I can't do what you do. Right. So there's pros and cons to, you know, being an influencer or being an authority figure. There's pros and cons. Yes, you can attract amazing people. You can also turn off people because they go, I can't do what you do. So
not relatable.
Yes. You said it in the beginning, though. This is why it's so important to figure out like you want to have that alignment. You want to have that like authenticity to your story and to the kind of person you're going to be on camera. The sooner you get over that and you're not like faking it and being something you're not, the sooner you will start to attract people for sure. What else would you say is working well for people? Is it live videos? Is it something you recommend? Is it, you know, like, are there certain strategies on the platforms that you could share?
TikTok wants you to be live a lot. It's hard. It's really hard to keep up with that. Like we're talking live for like hours on end every single day, right? That's a really hard thing for me as a busy mom to do. And so here's what I have found is working is, first of all, making sure that you're consistent with whatever it is, right? And then if you have bonus time to go live, for me, then I go live, right?
Right.
But I want to make sure that consistency is key for everything in my business, because if you take 3 steps forward in your business and you're consistent, and then you decide, oh, I'm going to go on a vacation, I'm going to take the week off, or life happens and I'm going to take the week off, you are now like 5 steps back in your business. And so you're always trying to be like, you're drowning and you keep trying to come up for a breath of fresh air,
Right.
you know, to breathe. Well, if you're just treading water the whole time and you don't take your foot off the gas, so to speak, right? Like you might go on vacation, but you're still active on vacation.
Yeah.
Your business is going to be 10 times further. So when it comes to social media, the biggest tip that I can give you is to be consistent and put out at least 1 video every single day. It doesn't have to be perfect. You guys, the videos that I'm telling you that went viral with the 7 million views on it, first of all, was a TikTok shop video. The other thing is I literally just come back from the gym. My hair is a mess. I look horrible. Nadya would be appalled if she knew what I looked like, but it's relatable. And it's what sells. So I literally will make a video when I come back from the gym all the time. And those videos do well because messy action is better than no action. And so the difference between John and myself and you guys over here, if you're just getting started, is that we just were consistently building, and we kind of put the blinders on and let go of the distraction and the excuses and the naysayers. And we've all had them, you guys. We've all had people make fun of us. We've all had people poo-poo us, but we had our blinders on. And we just continued to move forward and take messy action until we got better on video, till we got better on camera. It's about taking messy action. You guys, I look at my videos when I was first started, I stunk at video, but I got through the suck to get to the other side, and I still have room to improve. We all do, but I didn't let my suck stop me from moving my business forward.
Anything else you would share for people that really want to get this thing going? They want to start building that know, like, trust?
Here's the formula. 1 post on social a day, 5 to 7 stories. Do not sell in your posts, sell in your stories. Show videos, quick little blurbs of you taking your product, because what's happening is when you've created this audience, they found you from your reels, they're following you, they're now watching your stories. And they're like, oh, I like her. I trust her. What is that she's taking? So don't be afraid to sell, but be selling in the right place.